it's me, Joy, Fairy Liquid from the magical land of JingJangJooJong. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be making a balloon Belle. It's really simple. There's also other princess videos which are very similar, but I just thought I'd show you how to do this one too. Okay, so we're going to start off with, and I have got half of a 260 blush balloon there, and I also have a yellow 260, and I also have a brown 260, which is for the hair. And we're going to start off with doing the body, the face and body, so just blow that up. Now if you are using the end of a bit of scrap balloon, then it is slightly more tricky because you've got to make sure that you're a bit more careful with your twists so that you have enough for each part of the head and the arms, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So I've left a little bit at the end there, and I am going to just tie that off there. Okay, that's going to be the top of the head. And then we don't want to make the face too long, so I've done about 4 or 5 fingers there, I don't know. She's going to have really fat arms, okay, because I've already blown this balloon up, so it's already in, a little bit more chubby than it normally would be. I'm going to make the hands. The hands are longer than the face, probably a whole hand span, like the whole width of my hand. Like that. Make some sausages. Then I'm going to twist the hand. The hand is just a small circular bubble. Just holding it against myself just so that it doesn't unravel at this point. I'm going to make another hand that's the same size. I'm going to make another arm. I'm going to twist the arms like that. Going to pop the head through. Oh, what a contortionist she is. Right, and I'm just going to pinch off a little bit of that because I don't know how to break balloons. Whoop. Cut that bit off, let the air out, and tie a knot so it definitely doesn't unravel. If you're really pressed for time, you might just get away with wrapping it round without tying it, but I wouldn't, because chances are this princess will lose her face and it would be mortifying. And then with it being a three-part balloon, it's trickier to kind of repair if the birthday card comes back to you later and goes, the face is gone. Right, so there is our head and body. So next, let's do the hair. Now this is very similar to the Rapunzel video I did, except we're going to make a slight adjustment. So just blow it up. I'm not going to need loads, because this particular Belle is going to have sort of slightly shorter hair. Okay, just push all the air to the end there. So first we're going to make, remember to keep it all nice and soft, yeah? And twist that bubble into there. So we've got a pinch twist. Doesn't really matter how big or small it is. Now we're going to do the bangs, going to do the fringe. We've got like that. Now it's going to squeeze all the air down a bit, and I'm going to make twists, probably about 4 fingers worth of the backs going down the back of the head, and another one to match, so same size. And I'm going to twist those two together, so pulling up and down with my hands just so there's no friction, and I'm left with that. Now I'm going to also just give that a bit of a squeeze. I'm going to make a small bubble that's just going to go through there. I think I made a fringe too big. Right, and then with the bit that I've got left at the back there, that I'm just going to, again, just do another pinch twist, so wrapping that around there like that. And I'm also, just for extra security, just going to pass the end of the balloon through one of those other balloons there. Now I can just pull it tight and just cut that off there and tie it. And feed it through a few times, just feeding it through various places just so it doesn't unravel. Poke the little end inside somewhere so it doesn't show. Right, there we go. Now, one of these is just slightly smaller than the other, so I'm going to place that one at the back of the head. The easiest way to do that is just to turn the fringe round to the front, like that. And we get our head, and the head's going to fasten in there. So I'm going to take the nozzle and pull that, wrap that round the fringe, just behind the fringe. Again, just hide the nozzle so it can't be seen, keep it nice and neat. And the bun, I'm just going to connect in there at the neck joint. So pulling the bun and the arms down, and everything else goes up, so there's no friction. We've got our head and arms. And now we just need to fasten it to a beautiful ball gown. Now I have got a nice shimmery yellow balloon here. Doesn't matter what yellow you use. Right, just blow that one up. You don't need to leave much at the end. I'll show you in a second. So just tie off the top. Okay. Give it a little squish. Oh no, just before I squish it, I'll show you how much I've got left. Okay, it's about 3 fingers. So give it a squishy, because we need, especially the first part of the balloon, we need to be quite soft because we don't want it to pop. Right, so just going to bend that under it itself and make a pinch twist, the smallest that I can possibly get away with, that I possibly make. I'm holding on to the nozzle and I'm twisting the other bit. Now I'm going to make an identical one there. Try and get it the same size, because it is slightly annoying if they are different sizes. That one is very slightly smaller, and that really annoys me, but anyway. Now we're going to just give it a squeeze. Most of it's gone down the other end now. And we're going to make the body part, so probably a whole handspan. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now we're going to make the rest of the ball gown. So 1, 2, 3, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. You can decide how. The first twist. Oops. So that came undone. So I've got my body, and we've got that one there. The first one, it doesn't really matter how long you make it, because as long as the next one's the same size. So we're just going to twisty join, pull up, pull down. And then what we're going to do next is, if you just imagine just the tiniest little bubble at the end. Okay, so just ignoring the very end there, we want to figure out where halfway is here. Okay, so approximately halfway is about there. So I'm just going to twist halfway. We're now going to bring this join up to this join and just lay it over the top. Just give it a little, just pressing down there, just giving it a little nudge so that it sits in nicely and doesn't pop out. Now, when I bring this up the other side, I can see I've got absolutely tons left over there. But then when I sort of make it bow out the same way that this is bowed out, actually, it's not really that much at all. So I'm just going to take a small bubble. Just going to twist off the end there like that. This is the bustle for the gown. And I'm going to lock it into that join there. So pulling the body up, twisting around and around. And then you can see I've got a dress. Now if yours sort of comes out a bit more, then rather than, I mean, dresses, they don't really come out here, do they, at the sides? They're sort of more, they're bigger at the bottom. So when you've got that scenario, just bend up a little bit there and give it a rub-rub-a-dub. And on the other side as well. Works better with Qualitex balloons, that one. This is a Sempertex, so it's a different texture. Doesn't do it quite the same. But the rubbing and the friction just helps to give it a bit of shape there. So it's a little bit more ball gown shaped. And we've got our bustle at the back and the rest of the dress there. So we're just going to get our princess now and attach her neck to under the shoulders. So holding the neck and the bun, that's going to go up, and body down. I'm going to put my fingers around. So when it helps to have larger hands, so I'm holding on with one hand to the sleeves, twist around. And we're going to get it into place now. I should just turn around. Right, so the sleeves are at the front, head's at the front. I'm going to push the arms to the back. This is when I normally ask the children to stand back, stand back. Now this particular yellow balloon I've used is quite see-through, but I think a more of that opaque one would be better. Right. She's just about done. It's looking very lovely. Okay, so let's give Belle a face. Try not to ruin her with my dreadful drawing, but here we go. Eyes. I think blue has Belle eyes. Belle has blue eyes. And eyebrows and a nose. Done a little tiny nose there, if you can see it. And finally some lips. Belle, you are making the most unladylike noises, you know. There we go, and a mouth. She probably could do with some fuller lips, but I'm worried that I'll totally ruin it. There we go. Right. There we go, we could dance all night with you. You can also check out my variations on this theme at the end of the video. If you found this helpful, please just click below and on the like button. If you haven't already, click on the subscribe. If there's anything else you'd like to know about how even to win the children to yourself so they're easier out of your hand, then I would love to hear from you. But thank you very much for joining me. Do check out my other videos and I hope to see you very soon. Goodbye.